All right, what's up? What's up? How's it going, everyone? Um, I know the camera looks a little bit weird. I'm still getting things figured out. What's up, Ession? I think I got the guitar and mic to work at the same time, though. Let me check that real quick. Yeah. How's everyone doing today? It is kind of loud, isn't it? I guess it is Friday. What? I don't understand these random hype trains, but it's a good way to start things, I guess. What's up? This server is busting. What's up, Art Nerd? How's it going? What's up, Junie? Yeah, it is Friday. We will be listening to you guys' submissions today. Sorry, I should talk a little bit closer to the mic. So let's see if man, my mouse keeps switching between the two computers. So we only have two people in the raffle at the moment. Just a heads up. Yo, Ession, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Hadi. Also, what's up, Hadi? How's it going? Cool. Yeah. So the raffle for listening to your guys's unreleased or released stuff. You guys know the drill. It's !join. Anyone can submit. There's no favorites. Randomly chosen. There was a time in my life where I was more competent on guitar than I was on piano, which is kind of crazy to look back at. This feels like such a classic amp sound. Anyways, okay, let me turn this off and let's get into this. Get into the business. One moment. Let's get real. There was a time in my life where I was competent in general. See, that one I can't relate to. I don't know if I've ever been particularly competent in my life. But, okay. Let's bust out the old Chrome. I can't wait to actually build some effect racks for my guitar again. It's been forever. Hex Benjamin, hey, if I DM you about this, can I get an SVG of the Haywyre logo? Oh yeah. Actually, if you can email me, I'm not sure about SVG file. I have quite a few different renditions of it. I'm assuming you need some kind of vector file, which I definitely have. But yeah, you can just email me, martin@haywyremusic.com. What's up? It's Parrot. I'm excited to hear Art Nerd's submission. Okay, let's get things started here. Let's choose a winner. See who we got. All right, what's up, Hex? Let's see what you got cooking here. Whole screen on dark mode. Yeah, I do like dark mode a lot. Please let me know. I'm still getting some of the levels and stuff situated with the new system, so I will try to pay close attention to what you guys are saying in terms of sound levels. But I'm gonna try to make sure to keep things pretty low for the time being, just to double check. I think my mic seems a little bit quiet, or maybe not. I don't know. But let's check this out. So QP Hex 2025 recent sketch, it looks like, from Hex Benjamin. Country. You didn't strike me as a country producer the last time I thought I heard something from you. please let me know if something needs to be turned up. Cool. Got a nostalgic, wholesome vibe to it. Hell yeah. Cool. I like the vibe a lot. I think that, I probably have some thoughts, like in terms of like little like mix related things, some sound choices in terms of the drums and maybe some of the synths and such. I think high level, the I like the vibe. I think you got the structure works for me. I think there's room for maybe some kind of a stronger motif, like a melodic motif for people to kind of latch onto. Because I just think there isn't a specific melody I heard in here. To be fair, I was jamming and stuff, so maybe I was a little distracted, but I like that vocal chop there. Okay, I see. So I did kind of ignore a bit of a vocal motif you have there. I would just lean into something like that a bit more. I think there's room to have some kind of melodic, stronger melodic presence, especially with something that has a chord progression like this. Anyways, it's something like that, right? Something like that. Anyways, yeah, then the other thing I was going to say, these synths are very mono. I think you could totally get away with doing something more stereo. So I would have maybe another layer to try to just widen it a little bit. I think it could totally use some of that. Yeah, and the mix in general, I would say feels a little bit rough and ready, but that's okay. Doesn't really bother me, especially because it's a work in progress. But yeah, it sounds like a little squashed, I would say at the moment. But I really love the vibe. This is 4-6-1-3, I think. It's kind of, I think it's the same kind of progression as "Get Lucky" by Daft Punk. Almost. I think Daft Punk goes to the yeah, this is a different chord progression. This goes to the 7th there. But anyways, cool. Love the track. Thanks for sharing. It's Lucky's cousin. Get fortunate. All right. Thanks for sharing. Let's go on to the next one. What's up, this server bussin'? What's going on? Also, I apologize if my keyboard is kind of distorting a little bit on occasion. I'm experimenting with, I'm trying to get the UAD DSP to limit my Ableton audio so I can have a low latency limiter on my master basically without the latency. So I was kind of trying to experiment with that a little bit. I don't think I got it completely set up yet, so apologies if that was distorting just now. But yeah, if you got a link for us, this service bussin', we are ready. Maybe I'll just add a Ableton limiter for the time being because I'm still hearing a little bit of distortion. Let's see, audio effects. Yeah, it should be fine. We might re-roll here. We'll wait another 15 seconds or so. Yeah, we can come back to them if they if I see them back in chat. We'll let them resubmit. So let's move on for the time being because we got a few people waiting here. What's up, Crepe G? You got something for us to listen to? This should be super quick, but I would love some feedback on this performance and engineering and how close I got. Close you got to what? I'm kind of curious now. Oh. No way. That's awesome. This is in Pro Tools? That's interesting. I don't see a lot of people doing reverse engineering in Pro Tools. That is pretty close. I think you nailed a lot of things here. Actually, I think the thing that was maybe the furthest from the original is probably the transcription you have for the solo. I'm assuming you did that all by ear, which is not easy to do. It takes a lot of time. So props, just props in general. Honestly, like you got pretty damn close. That's cool. Yeah, this is kind of trippy. Is this what Pro Tools looks like? Looks like software from the 90s, man. That's crazy. Not that software has to look cool to be good or anything. Just haven't seen an interface like this in forever. Yeah, there's a dark mode now. It's the light mode. Light mode looks older. Gotcha. Yeah, by ear. Cool. That's really really impressive. Thanks for sharing that. I'm curious, what did you use? Okay, I see you have an Oliver crash here. I'm curious about some of the engineering, what VST used for the lead synth. Did you do Serum? Lead synth with Serum? Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, man. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Let's roll on to the next person. Dysons, what's going on? That's really cool, though. I've never had somebody submit some reverse engineering like that before. I am planning on throwing sheet music on my key collection platform as well. And actually, one of the things I've been thinking about now that I feel like things are kind of working, like the skeleton of the platform is working, I thought it'd be really cool to release performance project file packages where I have, maybe the stems of a song like Square One, for example. I could have the stems in there with the performance sounds so that people could download that and then try to basically perform the song the exact same way that I do. And then it could also include sheet music as well. So if people want to play the exact solos and different parts that I've played, they can. Anyways, let's check this out. So this is Dyson's Kaleidoscope, unreleased. Triple lid feel. Cool. I can hear some color bass flourishes happening in here. Ooh, that's a fun switch up. What is this description? We don't accept self-deprecating comments around here. Cool, I like the Redux bit crush at the end there. Really nice. Production is great. Everything feels very well mixed, polished, cool sound design. I like both drops. Structure wise, I have a couple of cents, just two cents to add here. Not three, not too many, but I did feel that I love the switch up. I love this like kind of bridge section, the vibey. This like entire section is really cool. One thing I will say is it feels like, I mean, for me, I loved it because I can just jam on the piano for not that you asked me to, play over your song or anything. I just love doing this on Feedback Fridays. So apologies if you didn't want to hear that. But what I'm trying to say is the length of this is probably a little bit excessive. I mean, if you're going to have... I personally like it, It's not necessarily that important to shorten it. You could consider doing that though. The only other thing arrangement-wise that I would throw in there as well is I love the minimal drop here. I guess Essian was calling it a micro drop. I don't know if that's a thing. But I like that a lot. I have one thought to throw your way. It would be cool if the micro drop builds up at some point, and then maybe reintroduces the first drop, just for like, I don't know, 8 measures or something, because I just feel like that is it felt like a core part of the song. Obviously, it's the first drop. The engineering is great. It's just a consideration. You don't have to do it, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. I thought it'd be cool to, you have like this micro drop, minimal rendition to subvert expectations, and then you could bring it back to the moment that that first caught people's attention. So it's just a thought I would throw out there. But I'm not much of a song structure. That's why I needed advice on the most. Okay, I see. Well, it depends, man. like it's obviously an EDM track, right? And like EDM pop, a lot of stuff is trending towards shorter and shorter and shorter music, which, you know, has its pros and cons. I don't really like it personally. I like the experience and the journey of listening to a piece of music. I don't want to like cram as many songs into my listening time as possible. I just care about like hearing something cool, something enjoyable, something new, and that evokes some interesting feelings and thoughts. And to me, that's what's important. So, but to an average listener of EDM, that may not be the case. You know, they may like, so it's just, I don't want to be the person that's looking at it from that perspective, but sometimes you have to wear different kind of like caps when you're listening and critiquing a song, right? You have to think of it from, let's say, like, yeah, your personal standpoint, then the industry standpoint, the average person that's gonna listen to it. So, you know, anyways, all I'm saying is that from that perspective, it could be worth shortening this middle section, maybe bring back the first drop at some point after this like micro drop. But at the end of the day, on a personal level, I feel like just do what feels right to you. I think you're obviously a great producer and you're making some cool stuff. So trust your gut is kind of what I would personally say. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for sharing that. Let's roll on to the next person. It's Parrot. What's going on? Bring back 3 to 4 minute songs. Hey, I'm down with pretty much any song length. It's kind of crazy to think about like hey, thanks for gifting that sub Essian Gray to Dyson's. Man, you've been going crazy with the gifted subs. I hope you might need to take a break, my man. Been going hard on the subs. All right, what do we got here? Here's something I've been working on this week. Really happy with the first drop. Sort of loses energy going to the second drop. I want to do some type of closey type thing. Oh, sweet. My fiance and I both really like closey, so let's check this out. Cold Front version 1 by Parrot. All right.
I got the diamonds in the ice, I don't easy. I might cause a cold front if I take a deep breath.
Yo, Oxonic, thank you so much for those gifted subs. It's very kind of you.
I might cause a cold front if I take a
Sweet. Yeah, you're definitely... I think you're nailing that vibe so far. I could definitely see some of the Trees influence too. Cool. Love it. I'm trying to think of some feedback here. I'm glad you mentioned Closey because I can see the influence. I'm hearing for sure Closey, Ellis Dream, Of the Trees, like that whole part of the electronic music world. I can hear a lot of that in here. And yeah, some Culprit as well. I saw somebody in the comments was talking about Culprit. I'm trying to think about some feedback. I think that there isn't much mix-wise that I'm having any issues with.
I might cause a cold front if I take a deep breath. Looking something like
I think one thing I would say is that this is something that may not matter that much to the average enjoyer of this kind of music, but as a producer, it feels a little bit like you're switching. It feels a little too obvious that you're kind of switching between different patches. It kind of feels like I'm picturing MIDI starts here, MIDI starts here, MIDI starts here for this patch, MIDI starts here for that patch. I wish there was a little more blending of a lot of these bass sounds to kind of create something that feels a little more cohesive in that sense. But it's a pretty minor thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know exactly how I would go about doing what I'm talking about. It could be more grouped effects that are affecting the bass sounds in particular. Maybe some reverb throws, or I'm not sure. But it's a thought that I had. I think the only other thing maybe is I kind of wish in this section that some of these background elements, I think it's cool you have this piano chord kind of lingering in the background and stuff, and it's a little bit more, there's more chordal elements happening here. There's some I can't quite tell. I'm not sure if it's maybe like a vocoder on one of the bass sounds or something like that, introducing kind of these specific harmonics and such, and that's really cool. But I almost wonder if it'd be cool for some of those background elements to kind of be cut out and brought back in at certain points. So one sec. So here, for example, in the background you hear that little piano chord being held. So maybe the first two beats that's there, and then you take it away, and it brings a little more attention to some of the bass sound design you have there, and it creates a tiny bit more impact, I guess, by simplifying, I guess, but it's just something I'll throw out there. It's not really that important, and I can't really picture for sure if that would really work or if it would help, but yeah, I think one other thing I'll say too is, especially if you're a fan of Closey, you could totally consider doing some Foley work or more Foley work, I should say. There's plenty in here that I can hear. Have some Foley reversing into some of these drum hits, ones that are really important in the song. So that first downbeat on the kick drum, for example. Yeah, you could have some coins, or a stomp kind of sound being reversed into that. Maybe some glass breaking on the snares on occasion. But yeah, anyways, that's all I got. I really love the track. So thanks for sharing. Sweet. Let's go on to the next one. What's up, Essian? Yeah, more dynamic is maybe what the second drop needs. Yeah, I think that could be a good word to use. You had that link ready to go. That's what I like to see. Look at this. Hey, did our friend from earlier come back into the stream or no? I feel like I didn't see their name, so let's just keep moving. What am I looking at? We can cancel all male suicides with oh, what is this? What are you doing to us here, Ession?
Beats, huh?
That's kind of fire.
Peak alpha male performance. Do not come even inside your girlfriend. Let me.
Okay, well, hold on. I want to listen to this again. There's someone specific that it reminds me of the style. Damn it! That's really sick. You should, please do something with this. I need more than just 30 seconds. I need an intro. I need a need a build. I want to hear this being fleshed out. Make a full song out of this. I know, that's what I'm saying. It reminds me a tiny bit Moody Good, just a tiny bit of Moody Good in there. Maybe like a tiny bit of Space Laces, but it's not really got the Space Laces style production completely brick walled. It's a little bit cleaner than that. Not that Space Laces stuff isn't like clean. It's just like mega brick wall status. This is a little bit like more, I don't know, whatever. It's dope. Thanks for sharing, Ession. This is sick. Scope, yeah, I definitely was thinking about Scope as well. Copycat, yeah, actually that might be the production style that it reminded me of the most. But I think it's something about the kick and the snare. But either way, love it. Wanted to show how to do Scope stuff. I could see that. Anyways, let's move on. Thanks again, Ession. What's up, Eidolon? How we feeling? What we got? What we got for us today? A. We have A. All right, what do we got here? Unfinished, unmixed, unreal. I have no machine and I must help. Super cute. Yo, so I'm kind of like getting Stacy's mom vibes from this. Stacy's mom has got is great. Cool. I love it. Question for you guys. Are you hearing any crackling on your end? I feel like I'm hearing some crackling on occasion. I don't know if it's just me. Not in this song, by the way. I just mean in general. No crackling? Okay, that's good. Must be something else. Anyways, love the track. Yeah, like I said, Stacy's mom vibes for sure. Stacy's mom has got it going on. Stacy, can't you see? You're Stacy's mom. Anyways, cool track. I actually think that this style suits you quite well. I don't know. It kind of feels like like that 2000s pop thing. It just makes sense to me. Like knowing all the other stuff you shared in the streams, I feel like it works really well. I'm trying to think. Like I know you use Vocaloid a lot. And the intro is really catchy, by the way. I forgot to mention that earlier. I was just listening. I would start adding some more vocal layers here, like some oohs, just like sustained ooh harmonies or something would be really nice here, just to start building more momentum. I almost think so right now. I really like the production here too, by the way. I'm almost tempted to tell you to sustain some of these more. I think it'd be cool if it was closer to like fully sustained chords at that point. I know that here it gets even more sustained, so I totally understand the intention there. But it's just a thought I'll throw out there. And yeah. Cool track. I really like it. Thanks for sharing, Eidolon. The vocals are scratch ripped from the first project I ever made with Miku. Nice. Well, it works really well. I have two modes, 2000 pop and 2020's dubstep. Yep. That sounds about right. That's the Eidolon that I've come to know and love. Cool. Let's roll on. What else we got here? Oxynic, what's going on? Thanks again for those subs earlier. That was really kind. What you got for us? All right. This is called ISO by Oxenic. Oh, it's gonna be heavy. Damn, that is heavy. Cool. Love it. Good production. It's I think the main thing that I'm gonna add to this, because by nature, look at me, I'm surrounded by keyboards. So it's just the lens through which I primarily view music, I think, is melodies, harmonies, chord progressions, etc., etc. Part of me almost wonders, you were kind of like teasing some interesting melody. Kind of like a double harmonic minor almost type thing. I almost wonder if there's a little bit of room for like little hits from that synth to like pop in during the drop. I feel like there's room, obviously not with a piano, but like I'm just kind of playing around with using short little staccato stabs to help with keeping the some of the emotional energy that you're foreshadowing with that that little lead, and I think that could be really cool. I would consider adding some kind of voice leading to the stabs, the bass stabs that you're doing. I think it could be really cool. Just not with a piano, obviously, but anyways, basically very boring. No, I don't think so at all. I love the idea. And I mean, music can be enjoyed for many different reasons, right? Like I don't like, just because I love melodies and chords and harmonies doesn't mean that I don't appreciate other aspects of music too. You got some great sound design going here. I think that your mix everything feels very glued together, which is great. So I'm just kind of throwing one of the only things out there that I feel like could potentially improve what you have so far. So that's the only reason why I was bringing it up. But yeah, obviously you're a really talented producer, so thanks for sharing that. Cool, let's go on to the next person. What's up, Noxel? Good to see you back here. Okay, what do we got here? Hey, I'm Martin. Been a while since I've submitted anything. Here's an old track I'm reworking. Do you have any ideas on improving the mix structure? I think it's a bit repetitive. Let's check it out. What do we got here? I recognize that. I don't know why I'm hearing crackling. It's weird. I think there might be some vinyl effects in here, but I do have some other stuff going on that I need to figure out with my system. Cool. I like the vibe. Oh, key change. Not funny description? Hold on. You and Eidolon are in cahoots. Awesome. First of all, something that makes me happy is I feel like you, it kind of feels like you took my, some of my advice to heart about the kind of like trying to introduce more mids, some of that mid information. I feel like you're filling out your mixes in a better way, and I love hearing that. Definitely makes me enjoy this idea even more. I think in general, I love the vibe. Part of me almost wonders whether a top line could be cool on this, especially with the structure. It doesn't have to have a top line. It works as is, but part of me is definitely thinking about that a little bit. The other thing that right off the bat, well, like structure is great. I enjoy it, listening to it from beginning to end. I think in terms of this key change, where is that happening? Is that around here? Yeah, so in this transition, obviously it's a vibe shift whenever you do a key change. So I think I would consider, if I were you, try to think about how to execute this in a way that transitions, not just like you got the production wise, you have the right idea here. I just think you need to match the production transition with something compositionally too. You could just move down chromatically. Like here, hold on. You see what I mean? Like how much of a difference it makes just having that one transitional chord in there. So all I did was add a G major 7 in there. And I think even just that one chord could help. But yeah, just throwing that out there if you want to give that a shot. Other than that, I'm curious. One thing I feel like I've noticed with your works in progresses is it seems like you don't like to limit your tracks too much. I think that I would love to know what some of your tracks sound like when they're kind of being pushed volume wise a little bit more into a limiter. That's something I'm thinking about as well. I feel like this is mixed well enough where it could be interesting. But yeah, just throwing it out there, something to consider. Do you think the key change is too abrupt? Just a little bit. It catches you off guard in a good way, but I think that just a little more thought being put into that transition could be cool. So yeah, thanks for sharing. Really appreciate it. Man, yeah, I love hearing what you guys have been working on. Makes me happy. What's up, Hottie? How's it going? Pretty sure you beat everyone to the stream today. I'm gonna listen to this and then one more. And then I'm gonna call it for today. I have a call that's coming up that I need to be ready for. And let's see. Let's turn this down a little bit. All right, this is Invisible by Hottie. I'm excited.
Light up a fire so high, so I can be seen by you. Crossed all my lines, bend my truth, so I can be seen by you. And I burn all that I breathe. I place myself in line. To you I'm invisible. I swim in tides of pride. To you I'm invisible. I place myself in line. To you I'm invisible. I swim in tides of pride. To you
Almost ended on the wrong chord there. Sick. Me, not obviously not you, but beautiful. Really great track. I think that I can imagine this being a very syncable thing. I could hear this in a show like Dark. It's got a little bit of a sinister feeling, which chord progressions like that obviously kind of bring that out. Your singing is great. I think my favorite parts in this idea are like the once a few of the elements have started building up and you have
place myself in line.
a lot of those vocal layers stacked with the strings and the piano, and I really like how it sounds here.
To you I'm invisible.
And I definitely think that phrase "to you I'm invisible," it feels like the standout kind of motif in the track. I will say that I think that the phrase, the melody, the production, that thing I think sticks out probably the most. It's the most memorable part of the song, I would say. But the only bit of really criticism that I have, you could take this or leave it. It's really more about the way that the vocals are written, not lyrically, but melodically in the beginning. So hold on.
Light up a fire so high, so I can be seen by you.
It's a little too legato, like really kind of like I don't know why I made that sound. I'm trying to like figure out how to describe my thoughts. It feels like notes are too being held for too long. It feels like the some of the phrasing, there should be more stopping. In my opinion, again, take it or leave it. Just something that I noticed. I wonder if it's a little bit too dry, the vocal. I know you have the delay that comes in at the end of the phrase in the intro here, like right here. you got some stuff happening here, and then it goes back to super dry.
Crossed all my lines.
I think it works, but part of me wonders whether even just like a little bit of reverb just sitting somewhere in the background could help. I definitely get like the really intimate upfront feeling that you're going for, and it matches the feel of the writing, of the chords, everything. Like the production is matching that, and I think that's great. But I do feel it's almost too dry there for my personal taste. So yeah, take it or leave it. Just a little thought I'm going to throw out there, but a really beautiful track. I'm a sucker for stuff like this. It brings out the I love stuff like this because of probably like Linkin Park and stuff like that from my teenage years. Anyways, thanks, Hadi. Always excited to hear what you're working on. Sort of wanted the vocals to be dry and vulnerable. Exactly. I get exactly what you're going for, and you are doing that very well. So yeah, take it or leave it. You don't have to add that tiny bit of reverb like I was mentioning. Just a thought. Cool. Let's roll on to the next. Let's do one more and call it. But yeah, actually, I just saw Art Nerd's comment. I don't think it needs drums. I agree. You don't have to have drums for a track like that. In fact, I don't even know. I don't know. I feel like it works great as is. Okay, let's check this out. What's up, Cynthia? So I ended up splitting this into two separate tracks. Let's see, a future potential album. I would love to hear your thoughts. Cool, let's check it out. It is the last track, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't have the... Next Friday, I will make sure to set aside at least 2 hours. Ooh, tempo change, I think. Reminds me of some stuff Noisia does in their tracks. Cool. Yeah. Get the cone sound vibes. Cool. Yeah, lots of great production here. Really great textures and sound design from beginning to end. The BPM switch was very seamless, by the way. It was just something that I happened to catch on to quickly. I think that so I'm trying to think of some feedback here, because overall everything is working great. I love the idea. I love the first drop. I love the BPM switch up and the second drop. It's really cool. It's actually giving me kind of like cone sound vibes a little bit here. But either way, yeah, if you're giving Noisia and cone sound vibes, you're doing something right. But I'm thinking a little bit about the choir in the background of the first drop. So what I'm noticing is it kind of stays static throughout the drop. A lot of times, it's interesting. Like a lot of times, obviously, when it comes to the drop, you're simplifying, you're drawing attention to drums and bass sound design. And that usually means omitting layers like that you might hear normally in like an intro or a build or something. And you're kind of opting to leave it there. And it's cool. It's giving it a different feel than I guess what you might normally expect for a drum and bass drop. That being said, I'm not 100% convinced about it just being there the entire time. I'm almost wondering, maybe you could do like and then stop. The drop keeps going. Maybe you have it for like the first 8 measures of the drop, and then you cut it out, and then you kind of still give this you still have the effect of like the choir in the background, maybe heightening the tension, and then you get kind of like the release of that tension in like the second half, potentially by drawing more attention to the drums and the bass sound design and stuff. There's also something a little off going on here. I don't know. There's some layer playing. So I think it's a string layer playing some notes that feel slightly out of key. Hold on. So you have a little bit of a conundrum here. It's not necessarily that important, and And music theory wise, you know, you can kind of, you don't have to be focused on music theory when it comes to bass music to make a good track, obviously. But so the chord progression of the choir that's in the background is roughly something like G minor, F major, C minor, G minor, so something like that. The issue is you have the synth in the high end that's playing that minor second in the G minor. So the key is G minor. So the minor second being that A flat or G sharp, whatever you want to call it. So that's going on while you have the and it's kind of cool in a way if it's used as more of a passing tone. You can get away with just about anything if it's a passing tone. And right now it's a little bit more than a passing tone though. Dun, 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 dun. It's there. It's really the F major where I have a little bit more of an issue with it being there. It sounds okay in the G minor. In my opinion, because it could almost allude to the fact that it's more of a diminished scale that you're in. But once you're going to that F major, it actually works with the C. It works quite well with the C too, but anyways, so that's just something to consider. I don't really know exactly how I would change it if I were you. I just think that it could be good to avoid it during the F major chord specifically. So maybe I'll just try to give you a quick solution here. So right now you have something like something like that. So maybe you could try something like that. I think it's a minor alteration that will just make it work a bit better melodically and harmonically. But anyways, yeah, that's all I got for you. Really cool track. Thanks for sharing what you're working on. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out and showing me what y'all are working on. I'm sorry we didn't get through everyone today, but I'll be back next week to listen to more stuff on Friday. Yeah, y'all are super talented. Love hearing what everyone's doing. And I'll be back Sunday for a regular stream, 1 to 4 p.m. Schedule's back on. I know I was away for a few days. And oh yeah, happy Halloween. That's right. I don't know if I'm going to be dressing up tonight. I don't have a costume. This happens to me every year. I should have a costume, but next year. I accept the short stream if we get the improv album. Improv album would be pretty sick, actually. I like the idea of getting some kind of like improv rig going, kind of like Ari's. What's his name? Guy that's been popping off on YouTube for a while now. Ari's not Ari's Take. That's a music blog. Ari at Home. Yeah, exactly. That's such a dope rig. Anyways, that's it for me, y'all. Thanks again for hanging out today, and I shall see you Sunday. Take care and enjoy Halloween.